Like a lot of you out there, the older I get, the harder it is for me to find the time to game. And because my time is so limited, I can honestly say that I feel some anxiety when I think about starting a new game. And in this video, I'll be exploring exactly what's causing this anxiety. And maybe by the end of it all, I'll figure out how to get out of my own way and go back to feeling excited and eager to try something new, just like the good old days. Now for some context, my current main game is the finals, and with the launch of the Battlefield 6 beta, I found myself in a weird place. The game looked great and the buzz seemed to be overwhelmingly positive, yet I found myself stalling when it came to booting up the game, and that's ultimately what inspired this video. So here are my 3 big anxieties when starting a new game, and I'm curious how many of you out there can relate to any of them. Let's dive in. Now, the most obvious source of new game anxiety is the time required to get the game running smoothly. If I only have 1 hour to play tonight, do I really want to spend that time fidgeting with menus and graphic settings? Or should I hop on my favorite game and play the entire time? And when I put it like that, it's a miracle that I ever play anything new at all. But here I am, in an attempt to remind myself that video games are art. And if art is to be enjoyed, it takes time and effort. And although I was pretty anxious about starting up the Battlefield 6 beta, I'm glad I did, because I'm having a really good time checking it out. Something that gives me a good amount of anxiety about starting a new game is having to stop playing a game that I purchased a battle pass for. Nothing feels worse than spending $10 on a free-to-play game because you wanted the epic skin at the end of the battle pass, but before you know it, the season is over and you didn't play enough to complete the battle pass, and so you never get what you thought you were paying for. And as I mentioned earlier, since I'm limited in my game time, sometimes starting a new game means giving up any chance I have at finishing a battle pass, and that's a real gamer anxiety that I have. Now last but not least, one of the worst anxieties for me is the fear of just not being good. And since I'm usually playing competitive multiplayer games like Battlefield 6, sucking means getting whooped and dying over and over and over again. And that right there is quite literally the opposite of fun. And look, I know losing is part of learning, but when you've only got an hour to play, spending most of it watching the respawn screen just makes me want to smash my keyboard into my face. So yeah, those are the main reasons why I hesitated to jump into the Battlefield 6 beta. And given that I've been having a blast playing it over the last 2 weekends, I'm happy I pushed myself to give it an honest effort. Luckily, the beta will be done after this weekend, which means I should still have time to complete my battle pass in the finals. Now, if you can relate to any of this, make sure to like the video. And if you're a fan of games like Battlefield 6 or the finals, subscribe to the channel for the coolest small YouTube gaming channel out there. And until next time, Glitchy out.